The early reviews and gameplay for DuskBlood are out, and it's made by From Software, the studio behind my favorite game of all time, Elden Ring. Now, DuskBlood is a PVPVE game, which basically means it's an online multiplayer game where you and your friends can play together. However, there's a catch. It's currently exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. After watching the gameplay, is this everything you need to know about DuskBlood? It looks incredibly similar to BloodBorn, and today we're going to break down what this game actually is, when it could be released, and whether it's worth your attention. So, let's start from the beginning, because a lot of you may have heard about DuskBlood, but you might not actually know what it is. As I said at the start of the video, DuskBlood is a PvPVE game. You and 7 other Bloodsworn explore a map crawling with enemies, killing these enemies, completing objectives, and earning virtue. Players with the least amount of virtue are eliminated over a series of rounds until only 3 remain. The final 3 are then transported to an area where they duke it out for first blood, a mysterious substance that the Bloodsworn are hunting down. Matches last roughly 30 minutes and are split into 4 phases. During each phase, the Bloodsworn must choose how to spend their limited time. They can kill basic enemies to level up, hunt down bosses, track down objectives and items that award virtue, and much more. The key is to use your time efficiently. As you explore the map, you might run into other players. You can fight them if you want, but in most cases, defeating another Bloodsworn won't earn you any virtue. There are exceptions to this, but generally, fighting other players simply wastes precious time. Alternatively, you can forge an alliance with another player. This prevents you and your new friend from accidentally attacking each other. However, the alliance dissolves if both of you make it to the final round. At the end of Phase 2, 3 ritual sites appear on the map. Inside these zones, players will find stationary columns of light that can be claimed. Holding onto a pillar earns you a good amount of virtue. These sections almost play out like a game of King of the Hill. Multiple Bloodsworn converge on a ritual site and battle it out for control. However, holding onto these ritual sites isn't the only way to earn virtue. Killing other players inside these zones will also reward you with points. Now, does DuskBlood actually play like Elden Ring or BloodBorn? Well, the combat certainly has some similarities. You have light and heavy attacks, a block, a dodge roll, and ranged weapons. However, the Bloodsworn are much more mobile. They can jump incredibly high and even dash through the air to cover more ground. Each character has unique melee and ranged weapons, as well as 2 skills tied to a cooldown system. Players can choose from 6 different characters: Albert, Tranglong, Bloodhand Jan, Sniper Lael Senator Samir, and Pacher Zork. Each Bloodsworn appears to fit into a different From Software-inspired character archetype. Now, let's talk about whether DuskBlood is actually worth playing. The biggest problem is that it's currently a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. That means anyone who wants to play DuskBlood will have to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, which currently costs around $500. Don't get me wrong, the game looks amazing. There's no doubt about that. It has a strong Bloodborne vibe, the combat looks fantastic, and the world and environments look absolutely massive. But personally, I don't think I could spend nearly $500 just to play one game, especially when DuskBlood is primarily a PvPvE experience. And from what we've seen so far, there don't appear to be traditional story elements, which is a big disappointment for me. I love From Software's games for their worlds, lore, characters, and storytelling, so I'm not sure how much DuskBlood will appeal to me if it focuses primarily on multiplayer gameplay. That being said, every piece of gameplay I've seen so far makes me feel like I'm playing BloodBorn again, and that's definitely a good thing. Now, let's talk about the release date. From Software hasn't revealed an exact release date for DuskBlood yet. However, a leaker has claimed that the game could be released on the 24th of September. Of course, this is only a leak, so take it with a grain of salt. We still have plenty of time to see more gameplay, learn about the game's systems, and decide whether DuskBlood is actually worth picking up. But that's everything we know so far. Let me know your thoughts on DuskBlood. Are you excited to play it, or do you think it's not worth buying a Nintendo Switch 2 for? Subscribe for more gaming news and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.